It's 10 o'clock, and this is Fox 10 Talks. Good morning, everybody. I am Ron Hoon, and we are here for Halloween morning talk with you. Boy, do we have plenty of stories to talk about this morning here on Fox 10 Talks. And we're seeing some amazing creations to tell you about, because once again it was the Surgeon pumpkin carving event in the Valley of the Sun. Now those are some serious pumpkin carvings right there. Here, I'm going to roll the video so you can see exactly what's going on. So we had physicians out there and clinical staff and, just some of the hospital leaders from Dignity Health, St. Joseph's Hospital, carving out some time to use their carving skills as surgeons for the annual Dock-O-Lantern pumpkin carving contest. By the way, there were a bunch of longtime sports celebrities who were out there, guys who played for the Cardinals or the D-backs, etc., who were also coming up with their own creations right there. And it was just so impressive to see what they were coming up with. And hey, it's an annual tradition here in Phoenix, so we wanted, of course, to look at that, would you? Oh my gosh, the skeleton head somehow inserted inside that jack-o'-lantern. So that was pretty wild this morning. And hey, when they do work that good, we feel like we want to share it with you. So thanks for starting your day with us here on Fox 10 Talks. If you're looking for any good news today, how about this? In this era of inflation that we're all living through, did you hear this? All of a sudden, the stores, it seems like maybe they overestimated in this era where everybody's budgets are tight, how much candy to purchase. And now that we're here on the big day, prices for Halloween candy are in many stores dropping like a lot. Retailers yesterday and today offering big discounts on a lot of different candies, particularly from what we see, the chocolate coming out of those Hershey products, as the candy maker earlier raised prices because of tariffs and the cocoa shortage. We've been talking about this for days. I'm like, seriously, I go to the grocery store and one bag of candy that you used to be able to buy for $9.99 is like $17.95. What is happening? Well, the report is that a number of different stores finally decided in the last couple of days they were going to have to slash candy prices. And so that's what's going on at the store. I think I might go buy some. The thing about chocolate is you really don't want to buy it today for next year, but hey, if you have a need for it, now you know. All right, let me just share with you some of the images coming in. Let me go to this airport right here for you. That, if you've ever flown in and out of Seattle, is the famous SeaTac Airport. Now, the question this morning, are we going to hit, for the first time since the shutdown, 10,000 delayed flights? All right, so yesterday it was very bad. We had 7,250 flights. I mean, the live pictures are coming in from SeaTac, but just about every airport, major airport in the country, was impacted yesterday. 7,200 flights delayed yesterday. 1,249 flights canceled. So passengers were left stranded at Orlando. I've seen reports of problems today at Austin, Texas, as well as the Nashville airports. You sure don't want to hear about problems at Orlando, because people have been planning their family vacations, maybe specifically doing it on Halloween weekend. And that's the trouble they have been dealing with there. So we're bracing for what could be a very rough weekend for people who have any kind of flight plans, particularly when it comes to the major airports across the country. By the way, Syleste joins as well. And Syleste, I'm showing people the pics live from SeaTac Airport in Seattle. We may hit 10,000 flights delayed today in America. 7,200 yesterday.
So what are we looking at right now?
That's, well, you know, this was several hours ago when I started to do the research, and they were already well over 1,000 with about 240 flights canceled, but that was as of very early this morning. So, yeah, just to answer your question, it's shaping up to be a pretty rough go for folks who are flying today. Now, however, if you are already in town, hey, by the way, let me know if you can get your headphones to work because I can't hear a thing in mine.
I can hear you, but I have like a little bit of feedback.
Oh, okay.
So I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, so here's the way it's all kind of playing out is if you're already in town, the big event is on, and thank goodness for all these NASCAR fans who came here and got here in time and are ready to roll because we are going to go live right now out to Phoenix Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, look who's got the great assignment this morning.
And she looks the part.
In her checkered flag, it's Dominique. Dom, what's going on out there for NASCAR Championship weekend?
Hi, guys. Good morning. It has been so much fun just to be out here, see all the thrill of it that will be going on. So we decided to hang out with the campers. Some that I talked to have been out here for a full week. We got the locals off over here to my right. And then we got some of the foreigners, our Canadians here as well, our rag dolls who are in full Halloween costume, Rick and Janet. Janet, this has been a year, these outfits in the making. I'm going to come on this side. Is that right?
Yes, it's been a year in the making. Since we found out we were coming here for Halloween.
Oh, my God.
Said we got to make these costumes.
Did you make all this yourself?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, everything.
And Rick's like, I'm just here along for the ride. I'll do whatever Janet says.
What she says, yeah, I just do what she says. That's true. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, for sure.
This van behind us as well is what you guys travel all over. And tell me about some of those travels.
We've been to Red Rock Canyon. We've been all around Phoenix and Arizona area.
Las Vegas, yeah. Fremont, we camp at Fremont Street. They got a campground there. We just love it. We love it down here.
Yeah, and I was going to say, why make the stop here now for NASCAR? Are you guys big NASCAR fans?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very big NASCAR fans. We met all our friends down here a few years ago, and yeah, now we're stuck.
Who are we rooting for this weekend? What driver?
Go Ryan Blaney!
Okay.
Chase Elliott. Yeah, for sure he'll win. For sure he will, yeah.
It's a split household over here. Some tension. All right, I'm going to make my way over to the locals. I was talking to you guys. We got Peoria, PV as well in the house. And this is your tent off over here.
Yes.
Why did you guys decide to get festive?
Because it's Halloween.
Yeah, to celebrate, right?
Yes.
Yes. Any costumes? Are you going to be like Janet and Rick going inside or maybe play it safe?
I will be changing later.
Okay. A little bit later on. And I know this is just fun for you guys. We're talking about the group chat that you guys have going on. So this is something you look forward to. It's a tradition in the Friends.
Absolutely. I keep in contact with these guys all the time, and then we also have Northern California group that comes down. They didn't make it this year, but it's wonderful, and you meet the best people.
For those who've never been out here, maybe have never even been to the racetrack, walk me through what that's like, the excitement, the sounds.
It's all of that. It's the camaraderie of the people. Everyone here is into racing. So all of us, whether it's your driver or somebody else, we all get along, and it's just an awesome thing.
So much fun, too. So soon they'll have the food flow in, of course, you guys, the drinks flow in. We were talking about some Bloody Marys. Oh, you guys, no way.
Married by the track minister out here 12 years ago.
Oh, how special is that?
Next weekend will be our anniversary. Because that's when the race used to happen. We're a week earlier. So,
the
yeah.
full circle moment. This is what you guys do this every year to celebrate?
Every year. We've been with them for long time. Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Fall race and the
That's amazing.
Yeah.
spring race.
Did he pop the question at a racetrack also? We got to get more of the happy wedding story here. Let's hear the whole thing.
We want to learn more about this. You popped the question at the raceway, or?
We had a plan. We had a plan. We had a group from Flagstaff come down in motorhomes, and we just had it all set up. We had a DJ. We had an enclosed trailer that we set up, and we had dance floor. We were all had the whole shooting match. Yeah.
Who performed?
What a love story.
Who performed the ceremony? Was it like somebody from a pit crew, or was it like a security guard?
Do you have any drivers, pit crew? Was anyone hanging out as well to be a part of the party?
Dale Jr. was out here.
Okay.
At the time.
Oh,
Dale Jr. was out here, and Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, wow.
Too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Star-studded event.
Yeah, no
Select.
kidding. Hey, Dom, we're going to wrap up with you, but just how far away? I mean, it's its own city out there every year when NASCAR fans arrive. Are you like still a quarter of a mile from the track, or give us the lay of the land?
Yeah, we're a little ways away from the track. They're a little bit pushed out here where the campers are, and this just stretches, you guys. It's just RVs and all different types just going, just different types of rows and things. So gotta get your steps in order to get there and things. But yeah, they're situated all in a nice spot. It's a nice community out here. I mean, everyone's just hanging out, stopping by tent to tent. They're being very friendly with their porta potties as well. If you need to potty, you can go there. So yeah, it's a nice little community for sure. Good neighborhood.
Yeah, that's great. And by the way, this is the last year for Championship Weekend in the Valley, but I guess they're still going to have a couple of races still come every year, right?
Yes, Madam President, who I talked to, she told me 2. They'll have 2 more next year. So racing is not going completely away here in the Valley.
Yeah, that's great. By the way, Mike Robinson doing a great job for us there, showing us how far away the track is out there. Mike's moving
Is
around.
is Mike in his checkered outfit as well?
He's actually way on the other side, Hawaiian shirt.
Oh.
Nice. Good for him. It's Friday.
And of course,
Yeah,
the
for
Ohio
sure.
State hat, you guys.
Oh, always the
So
Buckeyes for
great.
him. That's so great. All right. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Dom.
Great job out there, you guys.
Thank you, everybody, for... Oh, I'm punching the mystery cam, but look what I'm getting.
Oh.
It's the weather and whatever
I think
studio.
I know where this is, Ron.
Yeah. Oh, 21? Here we go, everybody. Stand by. Here it comes. There's your mystery
Oh.
cam. Look at those warehouses, Celeste.
I think I have an idea.
All right, we'll be right back. Give us your guesses. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are enjoying your guesses for the mystery cam. A lot of folks are looking at it and saying it seems somewhat Western to me. Most of the guesses we're seeing are staying out west here. Like Brandon says, Cali, Halakita. In fact, a lot of our folks are saying maybe it's Las Vegas or somewhere in Nevada. Anyway.
I was in Nevada. Yeah, a lot of people are saying they think Nevada. I'm going to go. So All Quality Labor Inc.
Yes.
Are you new? I don't recognize the handle in the chat, Ron.
Right.
But it says the camera is on top of Allegiant Stadium, home of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're claiming because
Very
you
knowledgeable.
see at the top left-hand corner it says
Yes.
Allegiant Weather Stem. You see that?
Okay. So maybe it's some guy who hung a camera out there and put it right on top of the stadium. Hope he got an okay.
I mean,
I don't know for sure, but look at all those warehouses. Would you, Celeste? That has got to be an industrial salesman's dream.
Yeah.
Right there.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the things that could fit in those warehouses.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, did you hear that story that we had today that one of the power companies is saying in the future, as more of these gigantic data centers get built, as we go through the beginnings of the AI era,
right?
We're going to have them pay for us to add additional power so that it's not, I mean, there are reports of people seeing 20% increases this year in their power bill.
That is crazy.
Because they're having to, use all this juice. Look, everybody seems to like AI. It's quite amazing. But I thought that was an interesting way to go.
And there has to be the agency, was the Arizona Corporation Commission, who... What's the body here in the state that looks over that?
Yeah, that would be Corporation Commission.
Yeah, so
but SRP, doesn't have to go through
yes,
the but APS does. So it's just fascinating to me that they're coming up with a plan so that we, the average everyday homeowners, don't see our bills go up so crazy like what they're seeing on the East Coast. Anyway, so what are you going to go with?
I'm going to go with Nevada with the rest of the crew.
I'm with Brandon because he has a lot of good guesses, and I'm going to go ahead and go, Celeste, with I have to remember not to use that guest cam. So I'm going Cali, and you're going?
Nevada.
Okay, here it is.
Here we go. Las Vegas, Nevada.
It is Vegas.
It is Vegas.
Okay.
So it must be pointed out towards weather and whatever.
Sure.
It might be pointed out towards the racetrack. No,
because I've driven through Vegas so many times on my way up to Salt Lake to see my daughter. If that's pointing toward the mountains to the
it's gotta be
west, the racetrack is on the far eastern part of town, just before you hit that last gas station.
Yeah,
and then you're headed off toward Mesquite,
and then St. George, and then up
Cedar
north.
City.
Yeah, I actually, when we did a zip trip to Nevada to Las Vegas, they sent Troy and I out, and they said, you guys go do like several stories. Oh, one of the stories that I did was at the racetrack there, and they put me in a car.
Yes,
it was like a green Lamborghini, and we went 180 miles an hour.
Are you kidding?
I was driving at 180, and they're
How
like,
did I never hear this story before? This is amazing.
So you had to go through this simulation, they actually teach you there to do it. Simulation. So I had to do that for like 30 to 45 minutes, and they show you when to let off the gas, when to pump the, put your foot on the gas, on the pedal. And they had somebody in the car with me kind of helping to teach me as I was driving.
Yeah.
But the deal is you take your foot off the gas as you're starting the turn.
Of course.
And then as soon as you're turning into it, that's when you start to speed up.
So let me ask you this. Was it a little bit of a bummer to come back home and get on 7th Avenue and have to drive 35 miles an hour?
No, because then I hop on the 10 and I can start going fast again.
Yeah.
No, we are very safe. We are very safe. But it is like one of those like roller coaster things where you're like, wait, hold on a second. Where did I leave my stomach?
Hey, I remember my stomach. I remember several years ago when everybody was shocked when it passed. It was either the House or the Senate. it to just kill off daylight savings time, and nobody had to change their clocks anymore.
Yes.
We are very fortunate in Arizona that we do not have to go through that great big hassle twice a year. But everybody else does. Just remember that Saturday night now going into Sunday morning for daylight savings time. Guess how many people in an AP NORC poll, Celeste, said they still actually like the whole idea of daylight savings time, and they're fine moving their clocks, springing ahead and falling back. Just total of this big survey of Americans, what percentage of people are like, I'm still fine with it?
Still fine with living with daylight savings time?
Right.
I'm going to go like 15%.
You're too high.
10?
12%.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it passed one side of Congress, but then it just died on the other side. And I said, you know why? Because they haven't figured out how to make money off this yet.
Yeah.
When they figure out,
so what was the purpose again in the beginning?
Who's going to donate more money? Will it be the farmers who want it to be this way? Will it be the railroads or the airlines who want it to be this way? They can't figure that part out.
The purpose for daylight savings, it was for the farmers, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So all these years later, we're still dealing with it. Also, the railroads, I think, played a hand in it as well. But anyway, all right, let's get on to some other headlines. And then we've got plenty to talk about, including Shannon Bream is just about a minute or so away. We're still trying to piece together. There was a big police presence in the middle of the night, and we shot these pictures just before sunrise this morning. Big police activity, 43rd Avenue and Buckeye. There was a report of shots fired just a little before the midnight hour. And detectives got out there and they found one man who'd been shot to death. And it looks like it might be right in that area, right along those railroad tracks. So there's these detectives, they do such good work, and we hope to be able to bring additional info to you as far as that goes. Then the other story that just in terms of violence is this one from Cottonwood. We were just talking to the Cottonwood Police Department yesterday, and now we have this story of it looks like probably some kind of a road rage where a couple of different drivers pull to the side of the road up there in Cottonwood. There's a physical fight going on, and the suspect, who's been arrested on a first-degree murder charge, 53-year-old guy Henry Greer, gets into a physical fight with the driver of the other vehicle, and law enforcement says Greer is accused of shooting the victim. He has been booked on account of first-degree murder, and we are going to just continue to follow that story. It's really, honestly, it's pretty heartbreaking to see that stories like that continue.
There is a lot
unfold.
Happening in that part of the state. We just had the Cottonwood police officer on the emu.
Right? Yes.
I mean, it's an interesting situation when, as an officer, you are hired and you have to, one, respond to an emu on the loose.
Yeah, one day. Yeah.
And then
next day you got to do this.
Yeah, next day you got to respond. And then it's a lot going on in that community.
We got to cut down on the road rage, that's for sure. Hey, Shanna Bream joined us today. It was a great interview. Here you go. Here she is, everybody. Shanna Bream, the host of Fox News Sunday. She joins us every Friday morning at this time. So, Shannon, Senator Chris Coons said this week that with Democrats out of power, shutting down the government rather than voting for the budget is their only, quote, moment of leverage, even though he admitted it's a very unpleasant tool to use. Shannon, is there more pressure on Democrats or Republicans to resolve this? And would you say that meter of pressure that earlier in the month might have been like a 2 or a 3 has ramped up to a bigger number now?
Yeah, it feels like tomorrow we're going to be hitting like an 8, because that's when SNAP benefits, which more than 40 million Americans rely on that food assistance, when they run out of funding. There's also this issue of open enrollment for the Obamacare plans. Without the subsidies there, you're going to see a very different price when you try to go in and negotiate and check and see which premium that you're willing to commit to. So there's some real pressure points, and polling shows that Americans broadly still blame President Trump and Republicans more than they do Democrats. But Republicans have stayed on message. They say, listen, we can't move anything without Senate Democrats, at least a few of them, coming over to get us past that 60-vote threshold to get something moving. So there's still a lot of finger pointing. And guess what? No lawmakers are in town this weekend, but we will have Speaker Johnson on Fox News Sunday to ask him where the off-ramps are.
And the president did say yesterday, kill the filibuster. That would be a huge change in the Senate. What would you place the odds of that happening?
Nothing. You never say never in Washington, but the Senate GOP leadership seems like this is one area they're willing to break with the president on, because they know what it's like to be in the minority when the only tool you have is the filibuster. When you don't have the White House, House, or Senate, they've been on the losing end of that equation, and they don't want to give up this tool because they know at some point Republicans are going to be in the minority again, and they will have one less option, really the only option at their disposal when they're in the minority. So I don't see Senate leadership being willing to make a change on that.
So a new poll out of New Hampshire has some really interesting results. Pete Buttigieg, #1. I know it's still a long ways out, but this is among likely Democratic voters. Gavin Newsom was #2. AOC, 3rd. Kamala Harris, 4th. Surprised you that Gavin Newsom isn't on top of this poll? I feel like he's been running for president and running against Donald Trump for the last many, many months.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely is one, and all 4 of them that you mentioned are staying in the mix. But an interesting thing that Pete Buttigieg is doing is that he is campaigning on a lot of these off-year elections. He's showing up with candidates from Virginia to New Jersey to, New York City. There are a number of Democrats who are doing that now, getting themselves in the mix for 2028. And Pete Buttigieg is really good on the trail. He is a good debater. He's a great advocate for these other candidates. So he's helping them, but also very much maintaining his profile. So not too surprising to me that he's showing up there in the top.
Would you say that the fact that he came out #1 of this poll might be a sign that Democrats might be more willing to choose a centrist than somebody who might excite the party but is further left, like an AOC?
Yeah, and that's the decision they've got to make now, because they've got some, when you look at New York City, I mean, obviously Zohran Mamdani is an avowed socialist, and he is all kinds of things that are more progressive for the party. So listen, maybe that works in New York City, but they do have to think more broadly about the rest of the country. But AOC very much, Bernie Sanders, they're out there doing speeches and events together, and he is promoting her as somebody that would be a very strong candidate in 2028, but that's a different wing of the party. So does she run just to make sure that part of the party is represented in the conversations and debates and the platform, or does she really make a run at the White House, and does the party get on board? We'll see.
All right, so there's Shannon with her perspective. Here's our poll question. Grab the QR code. You can vote. President telling Republicans kill the filibuster, get the government reopened. Only 16% say it's a good idea. 84% don't like it. We're going to be back with more of that, and Bella with your feedback after this. It's 10:30, and you are a half of an hour into our 2-hour extravaganza of information and conversation. This is what we love to do, is we love to get your feedback. And this is great. You know, we have a lot of our regulars on, and then some of our folks who are here some days and not. We love some of our new commentators as well.
Absolutely. We've got Thomas Brown here this morning, Linda Monterth, Jared of Sonora.
Yes.
We've got Sammy G.
By the way, I really like that handle, Jared of Sonora. I think we should all go that route. I should be Ron of Mesa.
I should be Syleste of Tempe, because that's where I was born.
Yeah.
Grew up.
And Bella should be Bella of Renton.
Yes. And Ron, you should be Ron of Wenatchee.
Okay. And Brian is right next door. We don't see him on camera, but he's Brian of Montana.
He's so big of a deal that he gets the whole state.
Oh, he does. He represents every square mile of that state. That is for sure. It's so beautiful up there. Okay, so here it is. Here's your poll question. Oh, these numbers starting to move around a little bit. Only 15% say it's a good idea. Do it. The whole shutdown's gone on too long. 85% are saying no, not the way to go. Democrats will be in charge one day, and the GOP will regret it. But you can grab that QR code. Let us know what you think on YouTube. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, my goodness. A couple of these buttons. I don't know if we can call up YouTube or not. Let me see. I think I see it on Remote 6, but I do not have a button for Remote 6. If you see it anywhere, you guys, we can just pop it up.
Okay, let me just go ahead and read what we see, Ron.
Sure, yeah.
And then as soon as we are able to do that, we can.
Sure.
So here is the newest numbers. We've got almost 500 votes, 489.
Okay.
Put up 51 minutes ago. President Trump tells Republicans, kill the filibuster to get the government reopened.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this?
Okay.
Good idea. 43% say do it. It's gone on too long.
That's a bigger number for sure.
Bad idea. Dems will be in charge one day, and GOP will regret this. 57% said that.
Okay, closer on that one for
sure.
Yeah. All right, so let's do this on the Dave Cam week, because he's off today.
Hey,
probably
Bella.
prepping for Halloween with his kids for later tonight.
I think he's getting his costume ready.
Oh yeah. I hope he posts some pictures. But anyway, Bella, what are you seeing for reacts?
Yes, on YouTube we are seeing 17 comments right now and about 500 votes. One comment, this is coming from Abel Martinez, 8844. He is saying, go ahead, Republicans, and get rid of the filibuster. Idra 2005 says, who cares about who's in charge one day? Please just end this government shutdown. People are poor and starving because of this. So lots of different comments around the board.
Thank you, Bells.
Absolutely.
We love it when all of you share part of your thoughts with us, your opinion.
Now, there was one more story I was asking Bella. I said, can you stick around for a couple extra minutes? Because I think she believes in this. There's a new study that came out today. Let me make sure I have the full deets here so we can all learn from it. But if you go for a walk every day, let's say you go out there and you walk for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If you can change that to 30 minutes, you will live longer.
30 minutes.
Instead of 20. Whatever the number is, if you walk for 45 minutes, go to 55 or 60 minutes.
Does it all have to be in one continuous walk? Or what if we walk around?
Oh, no, it has to be one continuous loop around your house. Yard, backyard.
Why does Mom look crazy? What is she doing?
Right. Yeah. Where's Mom? Oh, yeah. She's out in the backyard doing all these loops.
Walking in circles.
Okay. So the study says that people who accumulated most of their daily steps in bouts of 15 minutes or longer had significantly lower risk of heart disease as they went throughout their lives. The scientists studied over 33,000 adults, average age of 62, and then they collected all this info just in terms of their exercise habits. If they walk for 5 minutes, 5 to 10, and then other groups that went longer, like more than 10 to 15. 15 or longer, the largest group fell 43% in the under 5 minute category. That shocks me. Just walking around the newsroom, I swear, I'm getting, I don't know, probably like 5,000 steps.
Check
maybe
to see how many
3,000.
steps you've had thus far. It's in your health app,
Yeah, I know.
right?
But the problem is I leave my phone at my desk.
Oh.
So it's going to say, oh, you haven't taken any steps today.
Oh,
But
I
what
see.
the heck? I'll look. I'll just
So it
look
says
here.
is it under activity? I think it is.
Yeah. I have about 1,900 and something. but
Steps.
Anyway, yeah.
I've got 3,414 steps in already.
Today. So you
Today.
have your phone on you constantly?
I have my watch.
Oh,
yeah. So I've got
okay.
3,400, and that means I've walked about 1.5 miles.
I can't do that with the watch because I have to wear this one.
You have to.
I have to.
Apple Watch doesn't make a face that fancy.
It's funny. It's an Invicta watch,
Yes.
and people are like, "Oh, that looks like $1,000." You can buy those for like $69.
Yeah, they're really nice.
They're nice.
They're
and
the
they
everyday
really aren't
watch,
expensive.
Ron, for the everyday man.
But let's go to Bella and find out now. Are you a big believer in walking for exercise, Bella, or do you only like to go to the gym?
I like walking. Walking is actually my favorite means of exercising because now with the weather, I can walk for like 3 miles and I don't get sweaty. So, yeah, and my body doesn't hurt like if I'm lifting weights.
Okay, so you average about how much?
I like to do 10,000 steps a day.
Okay.
That's my goal. My goal every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, we did locate that YouTube poll. There it is. Oh, look, this was like from an hour ago when we first launched. But the numbers are still about the same.
Yeah, they are.
52% to 48%. So vote either way, whichever way you like. All right. So anyway, that's just very interesting. Walk a little longer. Try to at least make sure you do it for more than 15 minutes. Hey, did that graphic come in yet on Prince Andrew? Did we see that one yet? I'll just pop it up. It is? Celeste. Those British tabloids are amazing. The headlines they come up
They
with.
have no mercy. They show no mercy when they are coming after you. The Andrew, formerly known as Prince.
Oh my gosh, what a headline. Okay, so that's from The Sun over there in London, one of the many, many British tabloids. I'm sure online they have hundreds of people talking about it because that's a headline to remember. The Andrew.
My goodness.
Formerly known as Prince. But if you can believe this, Celeste, our editor, Jeff Haggerty, went back in the archives. And this is when Prince Andrew was here in the Valley. Look how much younger he looked. I believe it was 2006 that he was here.
Oh, he was in, we don't even have these grocery stores anymore.
Right. Yeah.
What was it? Fresh and Easy?
Fresh and Easy? Oh yeah, Fresh and Easy.
Fresh and Easy,
but they were a British conglomerate, so naturally he's going to end up talking about that. This was in the much better days for this guy, that's for sure. The king is fed up with him. He said, "You are no longer a prince. You got to get out of here." You can no longer refer to him as your Royal Highness. And the king is just the way they learn more about Andrew's association with Jeffrey Epstein. He's so fed up. He's like, and you have to move out of the Royal Lodge.
Oh, no. So is he out on his own?
I guess he's going to have to go find a flat in London or, some kind of a house somewhere else in the UK.
Oh, my gosh.
How about that?
He's finally going to have to learn how to live like a grown-up.
Yeah.
Like
no
on
kidding.
his own.
There
Do you think
you
he's going
go.
to get a job?
Do I think he's going to get a job?
I wonder if he'll get a job at maybe like a small cafe in Britain,
I think he'd be, the best job for him would be to be a chauffeur. And have to drive around the actual royals. Do you like that? Maybe as an option.
I
I'm
was
just
thinking,
saying.
I would think more like the butler.
Yes.
To help the prince with his suit and everything.
Let's do this. Let's talk about American royalty.
All right.
Okay. Kim Kardashian. She's probably close to American royalty, wouldn't you say? Come on, Celeste, just agree.
I think so. Okay, Ron.
Okay. I mean, she's as famous here as, one of your average prince or
I think
princesses
it's what made
over
her
there.
famous that people will be like, oh,
Yeah.
is that really American royalty? But I do think in terms of popularity, she's probably there.
Now, why are we showing the moon? Because apparently she is a moonshot denier. Did you hear about this?
Moon. So she doesn't think we actually landed on the moon.
Yeah, she's in that group of people who are like, I don't really believe it. It is interesting. It almost looks like holograms when you very first
There's
look
a lot
at,
of people who
at
agree
the
with her
video.
on this.
I know. Anyway, on an episode of the Kardashians, which I think aired yesterday, and now everybody's talking about it, she brings up Buzz Aldrin reportedly saying that he said it never happened. And apparently what he was talking about was not that it never happened, that he didn't go to the moon along with Neil Armstrong, but that he never got scared, because there was a report where you frightened to be on the moon. So anyway, it happened. It really, truly happened. I'm sorry if I'm offending those of you who do not believe it. I know there are plenty who don't, but I'm not with Kim on this one.
Yeah.
I like to take her side in a lot of different arguments, Celeste, but not this one.
Well, and here's the thing.
Yeah.
The video quality wasn't as great back then.
Yeah.
So, of course, today we're going to look back and we're going to say, oh, the videos are awful or they're very grainy.
Yeah.
Well, that's because things have evolved.
Yes. Okay. Well, plus it was a chance for us to, share some of the Kim Kardashian video that we have here at the TV station. So, Celeste, are you in favor? Because we didn't really even get a chance to talk about it here. We still have a minute till we have to hit the next break.
Okay.
What are your feelings about daylight savings time? Do you want it to go away? Do you like the fact that now, starting on Monday, we're 2 hours separate from New York instead of 3? Do you like that?
If we got rid of it, how many hours would we be from New York?
It would be, I think we would go with California.
We'd be always 3.
That
always
decision
3.
was made. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think we just scrap daylight savings time.
I do too.
I think we scrap it.
Yeah, you know why? Because now Monday Night Football, you got to wait till 6:30 instead of 5:30.
Imagine those people on the East Coast that have to start watching games at I don't know, what, 9 or 8 or something like that.
It's really unbelievable.
So I looked it up. It said daylight savings time originated in Germany.
Oh,
in
really?
1916 during World War I to conserve fuel by making better use of natural light. The United States adopted it in 1918 for similar wartime reasons. While it was repealed after World War I due to unpopularity with farmers, it was reinstituted during World War II and then standardized nationwide in 1966 with the Uniform Time Act.
And that is today's moment with Professor Rodriguez. You are an actual professor.
Ron, we are here to help educate the public.
Yes, we are. Now, the question is, where's that? Every break should be a mystery cam because we always want to know. All right, this is not a mystery cam. You don't have to guess. We'll be right back. And
what are we even talking about? I'm joking.
What is happening in here? So there's some little burg somewhere. I want to say that's in Minnesota, but I'm not 100% sure. And so, yeah, it's a cloudy day. Still not too bad. Folks out for a little morning walk. Welcome back, everybody, to FTT, Fox 10 Talks. We have got two of the coolest guys you could ever ask to be on a streaming show because they have their own streaming show.
Yeah, the Drone Zone.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
BK, Joe Tillman, welcome.
BK and Joe. And tell us, first of all, about the Drone Zone team, because you guys are sort of the two pilots, the co-pilots, whatever you want to say. Who else are some of the other stragglers, you might want to say?
Well, we have
stragglers.
We have Corey Goodwin.
Yes.
And we have Levi Pettigrew.
Yes.
We have Tom Fergus.
Yes.
Myself and BK.
But
That's
you guys are OG. Like
yeah,
you guys.
We're one of the first original three, I'd say, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Corey's the oldest drone pilot we have.
Right.
More senior one.
So do they look up to you? Do they often stop you in the
I don't
halls
know.
of Fox 10?
It's more BK.
Looks up to us.
You're like, do your kids look up to you?
Sure. Yeah, they do. Of course. Of course.
Okay,
Always.
so Joe, I don't think we can hear you, so you might
Okay.
want to
All right.
scoot a little uncomfortably close.
Well, hello there.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
no.
there we go.
Yeah,
Wait.
to BK.
Okay.
That mic's
I'm used to being this close to
Yeah,
you.
there you
yeah.
go.
Should we
Good.
sing? Islands
Lean
in the
in,
Stream,
buddy.
something like
Lean
that?
in.
There is a brand new episode of the Drone Zone that just dropped today, and the timing couldn't be better. You guys tell us all about it.
Well, we went to Jerome and we droned in Jerome. Can you say that five times fast?
Sure. Drone can be a verb.
Yeah.
Right?
We droned.
Okay.
It is now.
Droned in Jerome.
The Jerome Grand Hotel, which is believed to be a haunted hotel. Jerome itself is one of the most haunted places in Arizona, maybe the country. Everybody talks about how the haunted experiences they have there. And the hotel was
wow, it's
built
beautiful.
in
Don't be scared, Syleste.
Yeah, don't be scared.
It's early.
Don't be scared.
That's why we drone during the day, so we didn't get scared while we were droning.
So did you make your, okay, here you are. This is the outside. Did you make your way inside?
Of course we did.
Yeah,
Of course we did.
okay.
We had an incident inside the hotel.
You did.
We did.
Really? Let's hear all about it.
And we
Go
did-
right up to that mic.
And we didn't know about it until we got back. So we were inside one of the rooms doing an interview with one of the owners of the hotel.
Yeah.
And we were just doing our interviews, minding our own business, and there was only 3 people in that room with us. And when BK got back and looked at the footage, you can distinctly hear a door slam right in the middle of the interview. And
we didn't hear that.
We didn't hear that while we were there at all, and there was no one else in that room.
So somebody must have been in the room when you guys went in there, and then they were like, this is not interesting to me. I'm leaving.
A ghost.
A ghost.
A ghost.
Well, Celeste and Ron, that room was room 32.
Yeah. Oh, and
Which-
I love those old elevators, too.
Which is one of the most haunted rooms in the hotel because there was 2 suicides apparently.
Oh, sad.
In that room?
That's so
In that
sad.
room.
And people still
That's the
want to
room right
sleep
there.
in there?
Yeah, well, they say like all the ghost hunters go there and they bring all their gadgets and gizmos and.
Do we know how the suicides were performed?
Well, originally it was a hospital for the miners back in the day.
Oh, wow.
So that's how this whole thing started. It was a hospital, and then that's why the haunts, and they hear things like nurses, and there's a cat apparently that walks across your bed at night as well that people have heard.
Okay.
So it's ghost hunters have been there, so it's got a lot of paranormal activity.
So did you guys feel anything different when you were in that part of the hotel than anywhere else?
Well, Ron, throughout the whole experience, I felt an eerie presence nearby. And then I realized Joe was.
It was Joe.
following.
You know, it's always Joe. But I mean, so we take a look at what you guys do, and your work is really incredible. But how much time is actually involved in putting something like this together?
Well, we have to first kind of figure out what do we want to drone. So we say, okay, we're going to drone the Grand Hotel here in Jerome.
Yeah.
We make some calls, we set it up, We get a week to shoot our drone zones, so we kind of go all over the state. This day we were in Jerome.
We parade around the whole state.
Yeah, John Hook likes to say we parade around the whole state.
Yes, you do.
Do you guys get per diem? Like, do they give you, like, can you buy lunch or on the company's
I wish. I wish they could. Maybe we can start that. That'd be great.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Okay, well, you know, just
we
let
have
me
your
know.
sponsorship there.
You know, here's the thing, though, because Arizona is so interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of states, obviously, like this, but Arizona being out west with the cowboys and people coming out here in the mines and things like that. Do you ever think, oh my gosh, I love my job. How cool is this? Because you get to explore these new spots.
Well, Arizona has so many great spots, and it's all different. So, like, we're in the middle of the city of Phoenix, and then 2 hours away, we could be in a forest. So Arizona is very unique in that way, where we have a lot of different locations and a lot of different spots.
Yeah.
Now, Brandy the Bookworm is jumping in, Celeste, with a question. See right there, the most recent question that came in. I think she's asking, how far do the drones go, both in terms of, so you have your kind of your base, how far can it fly away from where you are, and how about height-wise?
Well, height-wise, it depends on what airspace we're in. If we're in G airspace, we can go up to 400 feet, and that's what we were at in Jerome, which means there's no other aircraft in the area. And then as far as distance-wise, it's as far as we can see. So we have to keep the drone in the visual line of sight.
Okay.
So if I can go as far as I can go, as I can see it, or Joe, if he's my visual observer, if he still has eyes on it, then we're good. But if I go somewhere and we're like, we can't see this drone, then we better get on it.
But 400 feet's the max we can always go. We can't go higher no matter what than 400 feet.
And I think there was, because I'm a VO, but you guys are obviously way more experienced than me. But I was with Tom Fergus. We're shooting a Cool House. It's one of the best tools we have to shoot Cool House. Both of you have shot Cool House with me in the past. It's so cool. But I think he said one time we were at a house and he's like, I can only go up to 100. And does that mean then we're near an airport or some other type of...
It could be a lot of different factors in the airspace. So like usually, typically by an airport, you can't drone at all.
Yeah.
So there could be some reason wherever that airspace was that we were limited at that height.
And by the way, we have a couple people chiming in. Little Philosophy says we want to get a fund going for your breakfast and lunch.
Ooh, there we go. Little Philosophy.
We like
That's
that.
going to be a possibility.
Let's do it.
We got room for one more GoFundMe. That would be the
zone
one.
GoFundMe. I love it.
Yeah.
100%.
That's great. All right. Anything else that we should know? That's great to talk about this episode that just dropped today. What else should we know before we say our goodbyes?
New show.
New show. We got a new show airing next week, starting at 8 p.m. on the Fox Local app.
Okay.
We're going to the Goldfield Gold Mine. We're talking about the Lost Dutchman gold mine as well at the Superstitions.
Let's go find that thing.
So, yeah, it's pretty interesting, and it's, another mystery.
So you think there's still
guys,
gold in there?
Yeah, I'm sure it's up there. Jacob Waltz, he wouldn't lie about it. Dudes, we appreciate you very much. Come back and see us next time you got a new show.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hey, if you missed it today, we had Freaky Friday fun, and you're going to get to see it right now. Celeste, this was excellent. It visualizes what might happen on a future Halloween morning or evening sometime.
On a Freaky Friday
If a lightning were to hit our building.
Hey guys, we have an amazing forecast this Halloween, which is great news for all those trick-or-treaters.
I can't wait to be off work today.
I know. It's too nice outside to be stuck in the studio.
Hey, Desiree, you taking the kids out tonight?
Yes, their costumes are so cute.
Halloween and a Friday?
I can't wait to get out of here.
What just happened?
Hello? No, I don't know. Did you say lightning? Hold on a minute. Hello, Fox 10. Did you say a storm is rolling in? Is anyone getting video of this?
What am I supposed to do with this?
Whoa. Am I a weather expert?
The machines are taking over.
I'm in the control room. Am I the director? Oh no.
Can someone help me with these phones? The storm is really causing chaos. Where's Crystal?
The monsoon is officially over, so now I'm tracking quarterbacks and blitzes.
I guess she's not doing weather anymore.
Oh.
Ty, what are you doing in there?
I think I'm in charge of the cameras. Oh, or maybe they are in charge of me.
Where's Ron?
I wonder if it's raining in Washington.
Oh, this thing is too heavy. Forecasting the score is harder than forecasting rain.
I'm kind of stuck. Celeste, start pushing some buttons.
Sure, why not? What could go wrong? Let's see here.
Oh, that can't be right. They are cute, though.
Where is everybody?
I don't even know why we have giant cameras. I could just use my phone. Look. Oh, this looks good. You know, with the roof closed, it's really difficult to see what the weather's like. Just saying.
Oh, there's Crystal. Let's see.
There's a 70% chance that one of these teams is going to win. I think it depends on who wants it more.
Oh, look, it is raining in Washington. Who knew?
Please hold. Please hold. Please hold.
Hey, Ty, do you think people are still watching?
Yeah, of course they are on Fox 10, fox10phoenix.com, Fox 10 Extra, the Fox local app, and of course, streaming on YouTube.
The wind's out of the north side of the stadium. It smells like hot dogs, and I think the game's over. Oh, let me FaceTime the kids. Hi, hon. Mommy will be home for Halloween soon. Yeah. Oh, this camera works great.
No.
Still raining.
Great job, crew. Way to shine. We got it on the air. I think.
Well.
Beep. Bella.
I don't know.
Hi, Belle.
I'm not quite sure what happened there at the end, but we wish you a happy Halloween.
That's what happens on a Freaky Foxy Friday.
Yeah.
All the
What's
numbers,
that, Celeste?
all the buttons aren't working on a
I know.
Freaky Foxy Friday.
I'm punching any camera possible.
You can punch any button you want, just don't punch me.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is happening right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, anyway.
So funky.
That was so fun. And a big shout out to Carl and the gang in our promotion department.
Way to shine, everybody. Everybody did such a great job. Carl put the script together. Carl kind of went and came over and chatted with each of us, got the schedules going, the shoots going, and folks, all of you here in the chat are loving it. So yeah, it was just so fun. It was great.
If you missed it on the morning show, and you even missed it now, you just scrub back a couple of minutes, you can watch the whole thing. All right, time for a break. And coming up next, Anita is here. We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Anita.
Thanks for staying with me.
Absolutely. How are you?
We're the gals who gab.
We are the gals who gab on this Halloween Friday.
Yay.
And so thank you for having me, for letting me join you on the stream.
We've had a lot of girl time this week.
We have.
It's been lovely.
It has been lovely. It's been very busy. But it's been fun chatting with you.
Yeah.
And having you in with tie off, and you've been hanging with us in the studio. It's been very pleasant.
Halloween Friday, you were talking about how your kids love to dress up.
Yes.
And even though they get older, they love dressing up.
They do. So, like many of you, if you want to share in the chat what your
Halloween costume is.
Somebody's talking about the broom segment this morning with Crystal.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Well, we were going to play that, and then we put something else in our rundown, and so things are kind of all over the place.
So we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But per your question, you know, for many of you who have teenage kids or tween age kids, sometimes they like to dress up. But if you're busy, you know, they might wear it to school or out with friends. My daughter was a sumo wrestler. She had one of those like blow up costumes, like the dinosaur one, but it was a sumo wrestler. And she wore that to soccer practice last night. And the whole team kind of dressed up. But
that's cute.
And then this morning, I surprised all of you, and this is for one of your comments here. I was a housewife, a real housewife.
So
like a real
housewife, which was a story that we ran. But we had Danielle, one of our reporters, out wearing this cute foam ponytail. And they sold the little wigs. It was cute.
Yeah. And so then I grabbed the wig, and then obviously, hi, good morning. We have a special guest. You'll see her in just a quick minute. And you know, we were talking about candy all morning as well. So let's get right to the poll question.
So this is the poll question from a couple of days ago. So we didn't get a chance to update this one. Snickers was winning this one, but we were Almond Joy at 20%. We were talking about the final choices. We've been talking about candy all week. And so it was Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Twix, Kit Kat, and Snickers taking the lead. Nice and close to that mic for us if you don't mind. Perfect. Thank you. Hi.
I'll move it closer. Are you Sadie?
I am Sadie.
Hi, Sadie Thompson?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Sadie. Welcome. I'm Celeste. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Celeste.
Yeah.
Anita, welcome on in. We're talking about something very important. And let me see. Do we have video, Isabella, of candy? We don't. Okay. So this is a big story because there actually is a big warning out telling parents, hey, I remember growing up, we had stranger danger at the time.
Absolutely.
And parents were encouraged to check candy for things like scary things like needles.
Right. And so this, you know, these days, there's also a concern. What are you seeing in terms of things that we should be concerned with?
Yes. So I work at DISPO, a cannabis packaging company. So we specialize in highly regulated industries packaging. So with that, we see a lot of brands try to knock off candy brands and operate outside of the regulations that are put forth by the regulatory bodies here, AZDHS, you name it. So I actually have some examples.
And that's what we're talking about. So police are warning of lookalike candy infused with marijuana ahead of Halloween. So little candies, little treats that maybe adults would be putting in a child's trick-or-treat bucket?
Yes. So I do, while I never want to tell parents not to be vigilant about what their children are ingesting, I do want to offer some reassurance that Attorney General Chris Mays actually banned the sale of products that are not in the regulated industry. So those are called intoxicating hemp. And that's where the gray line comes between giving children or people that aren't going to dispensaries to buy their products. So that's not what we want to do. We want people to go to their dispensaries and use the child-resistant technology that's in the packaging that we provide for the industry. So yeah, gummies are a huge one to be on the lookout for, but I do want to offer some reassurance that the state, Arizona, has banned those products. So if you see any of those products anywhere, please report that to the police because those are not allowed in Arizona.
Did you say you had some examples
I do have some examples.
show?
So yes, so this is a exit bag. So when you make a purchase at a dispensary, this is a child child-resistant bag that the bud tender will put all of the products in here, so you have a safe vessel when you go home, so your children are protected.
Do you have to request one of those bags, or anytime you buy a purchase, you get one of those?
Anytime you purchase something at a dispensary in Arizona, you will get a child-resistant exit bag.
So I think this is interesting that you brought this one in. So Sunday Goods is a dispensary here in town.
It's a very popular. Have you been inside?
Yes, I actually thought it was like a candle boutique or something.
No.
I was like, what a cute name. It's called Sunday Goods.
I did a live shot there. I think it was the 1-year anniversary of the law that was passed. And I went inside.
Yes.
Really, the store is beautiful.
It's like a
very clean
jewelry case type.
Yeah, everything's in a case.
Yes, and that's exactly what the industry wants to provide to the consumers and people that get their medicine through cannabis is, a very clean, organized, highly efficient, highly compliant and regulated as well. So, people feel safe when they consume their cannabis. All of those products, too, at a dispensary are tested by a state-regulated testing lab. So, and I can also show an example of what to look out for. That's
Let's see it.
Wonderful.
Let's see it.
Thank you.
So this is an example of what to look out for. So THCA and hemp.
Let me see if I can hold this up here for you and see if we can get. Can we get a little bit of a tighter? There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah, so you see on the branding, it says 2 THCA pre-rolls. THCA is banned in Arizona. And then if you turn over the package, you'll notice that there's a hemp sign on there. Anything that's regulated through a dispensary in Arizona will have a warning label that specifically includes the vernacular that the AZDHS puts out.
Can I ask you, what is THCA?
It's essentially it derives from hemp, so it's actually like a crystallized, so it's a more potent. When you take the cannabis plant or hemp and you concentrate it down, it turns into diamonds. So that is what is inside a pre-roll that's purchased through that package.
So more potent. You definitely don't want the kids.
Are there some states that do where it is legal?
Yes. So that's the problem, or not the problem, but that package. If you look really closely too, it's from Wyoming and it says made in the USA. Well, interstate commerce is not allowed in the cannabis industry either. So we only want products in Arizona, selling to Arizona consumers that are mandated through our regulatory bodies.
Tell me again what this is.
Yes, this is another child-resistant package for 1 gram of flour. And then on the back, there is the warning label from the AZDHS, which again is the regulatory body for the cannabis industry. And then you'll also see on some of these other products, so I mentioned child-resistant earlier. So there's different ways for child-resistant technology. So there's push buttons, so you can push the button in and pull the box out, and then you have your device inside. There's also, you push on the bottom here and push through the top, and then that is a product as well. And all of these you can find in Arizona. And then also outside of the warning label, you will also see...
Kind of bougie. Those boxes are a little bougie.
That's very fancy.
Yeah.
Right. And so, obviously, cannabis has had a stigma around it. So we, want people to be comfortable. And it's almost like, you're buying your beauty care or something else. So the same aesthetics and whatnot are in the cannabis industry.
Are there beauty products that are also have cannabis? Or THC, I guess?
I wouldn't say beauty products, but there are topicals and salves.
Like creams.
Creams, yes, that a lot of...
Like a balm, maybe.
Yes, exactly. And that's a product that's very frequent, too, in elderly people as well. So
maybe like arthritis or...
Exactly.
Okay. So when I was reading this story, my thought was, like you said, gummies, more candy-like items.
Yes.
What is it? How would parents know the difference
between like gummy bears?
Right, exactly. Or at your store, I saw like the little peachy rings and stuff like that.
Yes. So definitely look at all of the packaging. Anything from a dispensary in Arizona will be child resistant. So that's warning 1 that you need to be careful if it's in like the regular packaging that you would purchase at a grocery store. Just definitely be vigilant of that. But any weird language, if you see warning labels that look a little funky or something that draws a red flag, just get rid of it. No reason to chance something like that. So,
yeah, that's a good reminder. Because they look very similar to like an actual gummy bear.
Very similar.
And so that's what I'm saying too, is that like the certain shapes of gummies that are regulated in Arizona can only be a certain shape. So if you see a gummy bear THC edible that is not from a dispensary, that's from someone's home, and definitely do not use that product.
Okay.
Dispose.
It's really interesting, huh?
It is interesting because I feel like either you would maybe accidentally put in a package, or maybe you weren't being so nice to put in a little packet, but you're not going to go buy 60 packets of THC gummy bears or marijuana gummy bears and hand those out to the kids. Hopefully not.
Yes, no, I really hope that is not what happens this Halloween season, because again, the cannabis industry is very set on highly regulated products and things that protect our children, keep the consumer safe, and, you know, as well as offering a variety of different products. Certain people like gummies over smoking the plant. So you know, you have to cater to everyone, but also make sure that you're protecting the consumers.
Some people use it to help them sleep and, you know, different things like that instead of taking like Western medicine. But and thank you for coming in, because I think this is a great reminder for Halloween, but also because just in general, if you happen to have, you go out and purchase like the peach rings, like you mentioned, or
they look just like the little candies that you can buy at the gas station or the grocery store.
If anything is repackaged in your children's trick-or-treat baskets, dispose of it. It's not worth the risk. Everything that you go through your children's trick-or-treating baskets should be sealed and not tampered with, and that's definitely the number one thing to look for.
Sadie, do you have information like on a website, like a resource for parents or families, or just anybody that wants to learn more about the industry?
Yes. So you can always look at our website at dispo.com, DIZPOT. And then we also work with trade associations all across the country. So while we do packaging in Arizona, we do packaging elsewhere. So the regulatory body in Arizona for the trade association aspect is the Arizona Dispensary Association, and it's ADA, and I believe their URL is ArizonaDispensaryAssociation.com.
Great. We thank you so much for all that info. I think that's going to be super helpful to a lot of people.
I agree. Yeah, I think so too.
And we'll put those websites up and make sure everyone stays safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Sadie.
We'll be right back, everyone. We're going to take a quick break.
Thank you so much.
All right. Welcome back in, everyone. It is 11:15 on the dot. We have another fun guest for you. And I think this is going to be interesting to a lot of people because I do believe the topic affects everyone because everyone is, if I've read correctly, Mackenzie, deficient in magnesium.
Yeah, about half of us in the U.S. are not getting enough magnesium in our diets.
Wow.
Yes.
So magnesium comes from where?
So a few different sources. In our foods, we're seeing it in a lot of plant-based sources. So think legumes, so beans, specifically like black beans, lentils, edamame. We can get it in whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, oats. We find it in green leafy vegetables, specifically like spinach, Swiss chard, and then seeds. So pumpkin seeds are actually our largest source of
which is apropos for
magnesium.
today, right?
Yes.
Mackenzie Dryden, you are a registered dietitian with Honor Health Integrative Medicine. How much, however, legumes, for example, how many pounds of pumpkin seeds do we have to consume, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, to get the amount of magnesium that our body really actually needs?
Yeah, great question. I always like to talk about variety. So while pumpkin seeds are an excellent source of magnesium. So women need about 320 milligrams of magnesium a day, men about 420. An ounce, which is a serving of pumpkin seeds, is going to get us about 40% of that amount. So we're looking a little over 100 milligrams. But then if we also include some whole grains, maybe you throw some quinoa in your salad, maybe you add some chia seeds. That's another good source on some yogurt.
I love chia pudding.
Yes, excellent source there. If we get that variety, that's what's going to be really important. So I just recommend trying to get a few sources of magnesium every day in your foods, and you'll be good.
There's different types of magnesium, right? And I think it can be overwhelming if you're at the health food store, the grocery store, in the vitamin aisle, and you're like,
Which
have
one? What am I
magnesium
getting this one
citrate,
for?
magnesium glycinate. Which one do we need the most? Which one would be most beneficial?
Or does it depend on men, women, age?
Right. All of the above, everything. It's totally individualized. So yeah, there's a ton of different magnesium supplements. One that we see a lot is magnesium glycinate. And what that is it's basically magnesium that's been chemically bound to glycine. Glycine has a lot of like anti-anxiety, a lot of relaxation, calming benefits. So a lot of people like to use that one when they need help with sleep, relaxation. Let's take that before bed. We also have magnesium citrate. So that one also has the same benefits. We've got the magnesium, which is beneficial for rest, relaxation, but that citrate is actually helping those with constipation. So a lot of people will choose that one. We have a couple other sources. Magnesium oxide is one people will see a lot. That's actually not as bioavailable, meaning we can't absorb much of it. It's a cheaper option, but not one I typically recommend. So I typically like to go for a glycinate or a citrate, especially if you have problems with constipation, going for a citrate, but definitely ask your doctor.
Which a lot of people probably do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Folks at home, chime in. If you have any questions for Mackenzie, please ask them because I know she's going to be happy to answer them. This is interesting. Brandy the Bookworm says, do the lotions that say they have magnesium actually help? Sorry, my chat's. And can you have too much magnesium?
Yeah, good question. So some research has shown that we are absorbing some magnesium from those topical products, whether you're using like a cream or some people will use like a magnesium spray at night as well. I like to say we get things from our food first, just because not only are we getting the magnesium, but we're also getting all these other benefits from our foods like fiber.
Bless you. I couldn't hold it in any longer.
We're getting fiber, we're getting healthy fats, we're getting antioxidants. So if we can get it in our foods,
that's
I think
the best way
great.
to do it.
Absolutely. In terms of getting too much, through our diet, it's going to be really difficult to get too much. Our body is really good at regulating the amount of magnesium we are keeping in our body. Our body likes to get rid of the excess. And so in our foods, it's really hard. When it comes to supplements, we can. Typically, you're going to find unwanted symptoms like abdominal cramping. You might experience some diarrhea, things like that. So you'll be pretty aware when you're getting too much.
How do you know that you are deficient?
Oh, excellent question.
Is there a way
other
that you
than
feel?
maybe then other than a blood test?
Yeah. So if we are getting a pretty good, well-balanced diet, we're not going to get crazy symptoms from it. The first symptoms we might get, maybe some fatigue. We might feel anxious because magnesium is in charge of regulating certain chemicals in our body that help to control that anxiety, that stress, that worry. If we're not getting enough, those symptoms can pop up. And then, like I said, the fatigue can be there as well. So unless we've been very deficient for a very long time, we're not going to see huge symptoms there. So if we're getting, if we can, it's good to kind of keep track of how much you're getting in your diet. Definitely go online. You can look up, foods that are high in magnesium and keep track of what you're having.
I take a product called Natural Calm every night, the magnesium citrate, to help me sleep. I think it helps me sleep. I think it helps me relax. But as you mentioned, there's so many different types. I was wondering, I do the powder form, and you just kind of put it in the hot water. But then I think that I'm drinking a lot before I go to bed, so then you have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Are pills, is one form of magnesium better than the other?
Good question. In terms of pill form versus powder form, there really isn't a difference. It comes down to your preference. Some people don't like taking the pills. Some people, if they're drinking it in their water, it's encouraging them to drink more water than just taking enough water just to get the pill down. So sometimes I do recommend that because it's encouraging us to drink more of that. But like you said, then sometimes if we're getting up in the night, then it's kind of hindering that whole, the relaxation piece there. But it's whatever form. I like to go for, again, asking your physician about a specific product, but also just making sure that they're third-party tested as well. You can look on the label and see if it's USP, NSF verified, just to make sure with supplements, we just want to make sure that what they're telling us is in the product is really there.
That was going to be my next question because they're not FDA approved.
Right.
And so you never know what, obviously, thank you for the information on that, what we should look for on the labels. What about gummy vitamins?
Yeah.
Because, there's some grown-ups or teenagers or even some kids who may not like to swallow pills.
Very true.
Are those just as beneficial as actual pills or the powder that Anita was talking about?
Good question. So with the gummies, those ones, we typically find that they're not able to pack as much into those. Partially, if they did, we couldn't get them to taste as good as they do.
Avoid. Everyone keeps telling us to avoid candy. It's Halloween.
Hey, I am never someone to say to avoid candy. Please enjoy the candy. And that was another one I forgot to mention. Dark chocolate, great source of magnesium.
Good.
So
there
enjoy
you go.
some dark chocolate today. But with the gummies, the other thing we just worry about is the added sugar. Sometimes they're adding a lot there to make them taste good. And so, especially if you're someone that needs to watch your blood sugar, take a look at the label. Recommendation is to stay below about 25 grams of added sugar in a day. So see what's on the label.
Couple of comments coming in. Brandy the Bookworm, is magnesium something young kids, toddlers, etc. need to worry about? Charles David, and I've heard this as well, is asking about muscle cramps. Does magnesium help with the muscle cramps? And then Prevent says, my brain never sleeps, always on 24/7. Is this good to let them sleep on it? Does it help you turn off that brain noise?
Yeah, all great questions. So kids with magnesium, so children do have a need for magnesium. The amount is lower than in adults. So the numbers that I mentioned, those are a little bit high for kids.
Are you using the same, like the Natural Calm that I take, could I give to the kids? Or is there a specific brand or type for the kids?
Again, with kids, I would try to get it in the food first. With the supplements, that would be very individualized. I would just ask their pediatrician if they would be okay with that. Otherwise, really trying to get some of those nice whole grains and stuff in for the kids. And then the other good thing is a lot of our cereals now, whole grain cereals, different things like that, they are fortifying it with different vitamins. So that can help them to get their magnesium.
Well, and you mentioned oatmeal, I guess. us, if the kids eat oatmeal or chia pudding for breakfast or something like that.
100%. And then in terms of muscle cramping, yes, magnesium has been really shown to help with that muscle cramping.
Interesting.
Magnesium is responsible for helping normal muscle and nerve function. And so getting enough of that magnesium, and especially when we're sweating, that's one of those electrolytes we lose in our sweat.
Yeah.
And so definitely replenishing that after a
I
workout.
do the hot yoga daily. And so I think maybe sometimes. Yeah, I do 3 healthy scoops of the magnesium, which is probably a little bit more than I should, but I feel like I need to make up for
that probably helps.
The sweating.
Yeah. And that's the thing, getting it replenished, because we are going to lose it. And again, around the 320 milligrams for women is a good safe amount there. And then with the feeling like you need to relax at night, it can definitely help. Magnesium is responsible for the process that produces melatonin, increasing melatonin in the body. And so melatonin, we know we need enough of it to kind of get ourselves ready to sleep. It tells our body, okay, it's time to go to bed. So having enough magnesium helps that process along.
Sometimes when you're online and you're looking for a vitamin or like a powder or something like that, or is there any way to tell which ones are better? I mean, other than the reviews, it's really hard. The market is so oversaturated. How do you know what you're buying is a good product or right for you?
And let me add to that, if you may. I have read that some of the products on Amazon can actually, and I don't want to call out Amazon, but that was the article I read, can be fake.
Yeah.
They're not like truly coming from the manufacturer of that vitamin or that
product,
specific product.
Unfortunately, all true. Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
with supplements, like you said, Celeste, they're just not regulated by the FDA the way food has to be. So really, I could go home right now and slap a label on something and say it's magnesium, and I could be giving them melatonin. And so it is important. Like I said, looking for that third-party seal on there. So you'll see things like USP. You'll see things like NSF certified. When you look it up, you can even look up USP on their website. You can look up NSF on their website. You can even just Google third-party testing, and there will be a website where you can look those up.
Or just eat a lot of legumes.
I was going to say, I also Googled magnesium-rich foods.
Yes.
In addition to what you mentioned, avocado.
That's good.
Which I love. Black beans, bananas, potatoes, the chia seeds, milk, cashew nuts, dark chocolate. We have tofu, salmon, peanut butter, spinach, pumpkin seeds, brown rice, soy milk, yogurt. That's simple. So you can actually get where you need to go.
You really can. And, the ones I mentioned are really our highest sources, but there's magnesium in so many different foods. So it all adds up.
Mackenzie, we've got 30 seconds left. Thank you so much for coming in. You're such a wealth of knowledge. How can people get a hold of you if they needed more information, had more questions, maybe wanted to make an appointment?
Yeah, so I am at Honor Health Integrative Medicine. We're off via Dave Ventura and the 101. So if you would like to make an appointment, you can definitely, if you just Google Honor Health Integrative Medicine, you'll see our office, you'll see our phone number, and you can definitely make an appointment.
Awesome, thank you.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Mackenzie.
meet you.
You get your magnesium in,
Great
everyone.
Eat your dark chocolate today.
Ron and Des are coming back.
you just, yeah, give that a little.
You hear now?
Nope.
It's all the way up.
Yeah, let me try on this other. We're having a headphone issue today on FTT. No, not working on that one either.
Actually, I can't hear anything either. So,
Okay.
hey guys, happy Halloween.
Yeah,
That's why.
for sure.
It's been one Freaky Friday around here.
First thing we want to do is, hey, Ronnie, is Bella still around right now? No? Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to introduce to you right here on Halloween Day, the king of Fox 10 Talks. This is so great.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
that is right. Ryan is, now you are a king? Is that what's happening?
I am the royalty of hamburgers.
Nice.
I married the Queen of Dairy.
We're living in an era of no kings anymore. You're probably not very popular.
Look, all I want to do is just give people a healthy, delicious lunch, maybe dinner.
I'm all for
I don't know why people are protesting that. I even have Impossible Burgers for the vegetarians.
This is good. Ryan needs his own time slot. He's like the guy from BK. Huh?
BK. Oh,
Would you like a hamburger?
Right. Oh, very nice. We have, you guys, thank you for watching, everybody. We have the coolest promotion department. If you were with us last hour, you saw the whole Halloween, I guess we could call it like a mini drama, Des?
Yeah, it's our
right?
Halloween, yearly Halloween movie.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Pretty funny.
But so anyway, we just asked Ryan, we said, hey, buddy, come on. I figured we'd have a lot more people show up in costumes today. You know what I mean?
I thought we'd have some candy in this building.
Yeah, that's
we don't
the
have
other
any candy around here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I know, we were all like, wait, we're not kids, but we all woke
Yeah.
up with like a taste for some candy.
All right, Ryan, we salute
Thanks,
you.
Ryan.
Thanks
That was
for
too
getting
good.
Halloween off to a good
You know
start
what?
for
Producer
us.
Audrey, who you guys actually maybe don't know,
Yeah.
she's out in our newsroom helping gather the news, but she has her cat ears on. So she
Okay,
came as
well,
a
at
cat
least
today.
there's that. There
Yeah.
goes Ryan. Ryan, come back here. Give us a wave on this wide shot right here. People need to see the whole get up here, right? Look
Yeah.
at this.
With
Look
the
at
pants,
that,
the
ladies and
shoes,
gentlemen.
everything.
Good. I'm glad you rehearsed the king dance. Oh, that's
so funny.
hilarious. I feel like you're a sort of a cross between the king and the jester.
I have been called a bit of a fool before.
Yes. Right. Amazing. Our whole promotion department, they're the best. All right. So, yeah, we've got a Zoom interview coming up in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
This is going to be challenging because we can't hear anything in our headphones. So, good luck to us on that.
Sure
But anyhow,
they'll figure it out.
I do think, Des, it's super cool what's happening here in town. Now, by the way, 2 judges have just ruled that the SNAP benefits have to go back into effect. We had 2 different rulings from 2 different judges, one in Rhode Island, one in Massachusetts. And so we're waiting to see how that's all going to play out. They have slightly different rulings. One said just roll it out. The other said I'm going to wait to hear from the White House. They need to put it in writing that they're not going to free up those benefits, which has been what the chatter is. But the judge in the one court case is saying I need to see this in writing before I issue my ruling. So we're not quite sure how it's all going to unfold, but it sounds like those funds are going to be freed up. But nevertheless, have you heard what's going on in this One Valley neighborhood? I just think this is so cool. Check this out.
Uncle built haunted houses for the first 30 years of my life, and then they stopped and I kind of took over.
We decided that we were going to collect
Can hear the sound.
canned goods, shelf-stable foods, stuff like that to give out to our neighbors who are maybe in need, especially right now in these times. There was a family that came up to us when they were doing trick-or-treating, and they were like, wow, this is actually like so cool that you're giving out like snacks and food because now we have stuff to put in our lunch tomorrow. And like that actually hit like really hard.
I just thought people are coming anyways, they might as well come get some food. I've been on SNAP myself and I know how it is.
Our tax dollars don't aid us, the money we are owed doesn't make it to us, but your neighbor is still there and people care so much more than people think they do.
not only in that neighborhood are they handing out candy, but also handing out food. That's incredible. And they all say that they were just talking as neighbors one day, and the talk of food insecurity came up and about their neighbors in need, and they didn't think twice to do this. And with Halloween right around the corner, they just said, hey, let's hand out food on top of, candy. That's pretty great.
A couple of different neighborhoods doing this, Westwood Village and the historic neighborhood, the Estates historic neighborhood, both in that area around 19th Avenue and Thomas, so sort of kind of over in that Encanto area. And they have been collecting food items for a while at their homes. And then as people head out tonight from 6 to 10 p.m., in many of those homes, they're going to hand out canned food items. I just think the timing is so good. And once again, it puts on display
time to do it.
The sort of the way that, we have a big heart. Collectively, we have a very big heart here in the Valley. So it's really great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, it's good to see. And careful, their neighborhood looks a little spooky. So you might get some scares, some food, and some candy too.
For sure. Okay, so we are. Oh, that's good. I can hear. Can you hear in your headphones now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Me too. Perfect timing because, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Birtwistle is going to be joining us right now with a great Zoom interview. Jack, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Good morning.
Very much.
Are you here in the U.S.?
No, I'm based in Manchester in the UK, actually.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Wow.
You're our first guest yet on the streaming show here from Manchester.
I don't think...
Okay, he can't hear us.
Now.
Oh, now you can't hear us. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
It's Freaky Friday.
That's Freaky Friday.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay,
I hear ourselves in the echo.
Yeah. You give us the high sign. I'm sorry. I'm incredible. Oh, man. It's Friday the 13th. Rather than Halloween. So, Jack, when you hear us, give us a thumbs up. Can you hear us now? Okay, great.
Okay, good.
Now, somebody came up with the idea of figuring out where the pranksters are in America and how likely we are to be pranked. Tell us a little bit more about what you guys figured out.
We have another Zoom in 10 minutes if you want.
Can you hear us, Jack?
Yeah, I can hear you like through the speaker of the other thing. Yeah, I can give you a brief overview of the campaign that we wanted to do anyway. It was just a bit of light-hearted research into a notorious tradition of Halloween of people playing pranks on each other, egging houses, TPing houses. So we just wanted to kind of take a look at which states in America are sort of most likely to see some, whether it be harmless or more harmful pranks on Halloween. And we did that by combining a few factors, such as Google search volumes from Halloween last year for egging houses, Halloween pranks, and things like that, and then combining that with the sort of relative price of eggs and toilet paper in each state. And that combined with the property crime rate straight from the FBI kind of gave us a bit of an aggregated result into seeing which states should expect to possibly have to clean up the houses a bit more in the day after.
Wow. So this happens in the UK just as much as it does here in the US, apparently, right? You guys were brainstorming? Can't hear me now? Okay. Until we get our audio issues all ironed out, I can say this. Maybe you're able to hear us. Looks like New York is the number one worst state to be in for pranksters. That's Dez's home state.
It is.
Yeah, I can. New York ranked first, which I guess if you're planning on going out trick or treating tonight, then maybe keep someone at home or keep the Ring doorbell on to make sure that you can at least get a look of them. Because it looks as though the property crime rates in New York are way higher than anywhere else in the country. And relatively speaking, they have cheaper eggs and cheaper toilet paper everywhere else as well. And the Google search interest was actually extremely high in New York as well for that. So not only are people willing to go out and have the resources to do it, they're actually actively searching on Google how to do so.
Wow. Okay, so that's not hindering them from being mischievous. So I'm actually fascinated. Does this happen a lot in the UK? Are you guys pretty full of pranks on Halloween?
Well, I think Halloween's translated quite well over into the UK. It's a big part of the culture now, and I think egging is a lot more common in the UK. It's a bit too wet and rainy in the UK to be wandering around everywhere with toilet paper. So I think egging's
Or you could be just really malicious and stick with the toilet paper anyway, because wet toilet paper is a nightmare to clean up.
Yeah, true. You never know. That might be a trick that we're missing over here in the UK, and maybe worse than egging even, because the rain would probably wash away all the eggs. So we're probably missing a trick there.
Well, we only got a minute left, so I've got to ask you, our audience,
where does Arizona?
Phoenix.
Right.
So were you able to look on the list, and where does Arizona come out on all of this?
Yeah, of course, Arizona are way, way down the list. They're in 45th place out of all 50 US states. There's not really a lot of interest for Halloween pranks on Google search volumes, and comparatively to the rest of the US, the egg prices and toilet paper prices are actually quite high, which is obviously putting off any would-be pranksters on Halloween evening. And overall, the property crime rates are sort of middle of the board as well. So I think that kind of speaks volumes to the good manners and the good nature of the Arizonans.
Oh, that's great. Well,
I like that. Yeah, ranking 45 here. Yeah, we can behave ourselves.
Finally, one that we want to be last on, Des.
Yeah, absolutely. Jag, thank you so much. We're so sorry for the little audio issues that you had to deal with.
No problem at all. Thank you very much for having me on.
Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Okay, so yeah, we're sure glad you guys are watching us. Apologies for these particular issues that we are having, but Des, I know we got a crack staff working on it.
Yeah.
And so
what? Wait, what'd you say?
Crack staff.
Oh.
We're like number
I thought you
one.
were insulting them.
Oh no. We got to figure it out.
We could just talk about my hot water heater issues.
Well,
the peeper in the chat wants to know.
Okay, well, you know what? We got a quick break. We got the mystery cam, but when we come back, you guys can give us your guess. And yeah, we do have that other Zoom interview coming up, which is why are we so weirdly secretive about money? We're going to be talking with the folks at Bankrate about that. But now, mystery cam time. Enjoy the music. Testing. For all of you watching on YouTube, we are testing our microphones right now. Do you want to hear Desiree's mic as well, Keith? Keep going. One more time. Oh, there you go.
To folks in our chat this morning responding to the peeper about my hot water tank situation. Okay. Can you hear me? Mic check 1, 2, 3.
I've got my mic open. Desiree, do
Mic
you
check,
have your
one,
mic?
two,
1, 2, 3,
three.
4. Can you guys hear us right now?
Got me. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we have our mystery camera. This is kind of an interesting looking town because there's just not a lot going on other than you got that one high rise. And I'm like, why did they decide, Des, to only have one high rise? And then no more.
Maybe they said, geez, this is really hard to build. Yeah, we're just gonna stop with one.
Yeah, that was way too much work. No
This
more
is a
high
lot.
rises.
Never
That's
mind.
funny. Okay, so let's see. Here's Johnny, likes New Mexico. Low Philosophy says, looks like Georgia to me. Brandy is saying, I think it could be New Mexico. Brandon
gotta be
likes
somewhere real
Oklahoma.
flat, right?
I could,
super flat.
I could see that being a kind of an Oklahoma.
B. Miguel?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're thinking that he could
Okay.
be right?
I'm going to go
He
with
could be right?
Brandon. I
Okay.
like siding with Brandon. He's a cool guy. He's thinking Oklahoma. What do you think, Des?
I'll go Little Philosophy, Georgia. I won't leave you alone there.
Okay, here she is.
Here we go.
everybody.
Oh, it is Big Spring, Texas.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So
what's going on there?
Yeah, apparently that's the town
One.
that decided it was too tough to build any more high rises. That's it. We're done.
Don't credit.
Yeah. Who
Don't
knows?
credit me on
5
that.
years from
I'm just,
now,
you know.
5 years from now, we'll come back and they'll have like 14 high rises.
yeah.
There'll be a big boom town or something like that. All right, looks like a nice enough place, that's for sure. Some of the other stories that we are following this morning. By the way, we have a Zoom interview coming up in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. But I thought it was really interesting, Des, that power rates are going up. Credit limits are going down, and this is all a precursor to the story we've got coming up about kind of our attitudes toward money. SRP, you're going to see a increase in your monthly bills. Now, it's not, I've seen 20% increases on the East Coast. That would be shocking for people, but they are talking about a 3%, maybe 3.5% increase. They say they need that money to cover the upgrades of the system and the cost of customer programs. But then APS announced that they need to boost their energy grid, and we just generally do not have the kind of problems that California does. We live over here and we watch the issues that they deal with over in California, and here they do a very good job of keeping the grid up to speed. They're going to build a new natural gas facility out by Gila Bend, but this is fascinating, Des. Mm-hmm. Their plan includes a model where data centers, these things are getting built all over the place because AI is the coming thing. But the data centers will have to pay for the building of new power plants moving forward. And I think that's going to cause a lot of homeowners to say, well, thanks for coming up with a plan, because back east, they have not done that. And people, with all the power being sucked out of the grid, people are looking at 20% increases in their power bills.
Yeah, no, I think that's great, right? Because, what it's going up right now, that jump increase or rate increase is not large, but when you tack it on year after year after year, it does become burdensome to a homeowner.
Yeah.
So that's great to find a solution to that.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, we'll follow that one, see how it all goes through. But at the same time, our credit limits are going down. Wallet Hub analyzed data to compare the average change in credit limits across all states just in the last year. They've found that 46 out of the 50 states, on average, saw people's credit limits drop. By the most of any country, by the most of any state is Wyoming. And then Alaska, Vermont, Delaware, and Colorado. Not quite sure, but our credit's doing better in Arizona. We are not, we're not doing nearly as poorly as those guys were, 12th on the list. Okay, so Des, we were talking about this survey that came out about how people feel. Are we weird about money? Are we weird about other things, the stuff we're willing to talk about and that we don't want to talk about? So we said, let's call Anna and have her join us on the Zoom. And Anna, tell us a little bit about kind of how you guys were thinking. Let's look into this and what some of the most interesting results were.
Yeah, Anna is with Bankrate.
Thank you so much for having me. So what we found is that about 3 in 5 U.S. adults say they aren't comfortable talking about their bank account balances, even with their loved ones, with their family and friends. And other topics such as credit card debt and salaries aren't faring much better. There's also a lot of discomfort when it comes to these topics. And to compare, when you talk about other potentially heavy topics such as religion and politics, people are usually more okay discussing these. For instance, to compare, about 1 in 4 U.S. adults say they are uncomfortable talking about politics with their friends and family, and about 1 in 5 talking about religion.
Okay, so what do we do at the family function? If someone brings up finances in one way or another, do we steer clear of that conversation, or how do we navigate it?
I think it's absolutely healthy to talk about finances. There is a lot of, I would say, shame around these conversations, and a lot of it has to do with sort of generational attitudes when it comes to these conversations, because our data also shows that the trend is more present among Gen X and baby boomers as compared to millennials and Gen Z. And it is healthy and encouraging to see, because money is such an integral part of our lives and our personal success that we should be able to be comfortable talking about it.
It's so interesting to me because, okay, let's say you have $800 in the bank and somebody else in the family's got $500 in the bank. I guess I don't get why that's such an uptight type of topic, because guess what? We all talk about how tight things are anymore and how you got to rob Peter to pay Paul to get the grocery bills paid.
Absolutely. And that's why I think it's important for us to have these conversations, because it helps us remove that sense of shame. It helps us not to feel as though this is our personal failure, that, we're struggling to buy groceries, that we're struggling with our bills, because a lot of people are in the same boat, and it doesn't say much about you as a person. It just says, I'm in this situation, and a lot of people are also in the same situation. And when we can discuss that and we can, find the solutions together, or just share the experiences, I think it becomes easier overall to, bring up these topics.
Yeah, and I'm sure too, if you know someone in your family is maybe doing well and you're really in a bind and you need money, let's say that person asked for a favor, and you're on the receiving end of that question. Anna, what do we do? How do we navigate that situation of potentially lending someone money or not? Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
Essentially, it is a personal decision. I think one thing you should be aware of is that once you give that money, it's safe to assume you won't get it back. And it's just safer for you to think that, because otherwise your relationship becomes a collateral in this loan. Because, if you don't get that money back and you're expecting it, there might be very uncomfortable conversations, there might be arguments, and your relationship might suffer. So when you are willing to help out a person, just be aware of that and be thinking about it more as a gift rather than a loan, I would say.
Okay.
Also, just digging through these numbers, here's another one that kind of amazed me. People are more willing to talk about what they make, about their salary, than they are about how much money they have in the bank. Like you were saying, only 39% say I'm willing to talk about what I got in the bank, but 55% say I'm okay talking about what my salary is. Interesting.
I think it's actually, a healthy trend as well, because we should be able to talk about our salaries. And it is especially important for women who are across the board less comfortable with financial topics than men, because it is more of a systemic issue for women who face unique financial challenges. And when we are not comfortable talking about our salaries, how do we know that we are paid fairly in our workplace? And then if we do know that and we, still don't want to bring it up, how are we going to advocate for ourselves to be paid better, to be paid fairly? And so this is just another argument to train yourself to be comfortable with these conversations.
Yeah, I kind of think you're right there. We're getting some activity in the chat. Sherry, in our chat room this morning, she said, how much is in your bank account, your political beliefs, your religion, what kind of dog food to feed is nobody's business but yours. But I kind of disagree with Sherry, Anna. Like you mentioned, if we don't talk about it, how do you know how to position yourself maybe for a similar job opportunity that a friend or maybe a family member has if you kind of don't have that idea? And we know, right, women get paid less money than men, too. So if there were more transparency in that and we have that discussion, maybe the talk of money would become less taboo, right?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I mean, it is personal, and I think it's normal to feel kind of weird going into these conversations, but it is also absolutely possible to train yourself. And the main thing is to start. And if you don't want to have these conversations at the family table, that's totally fair. There are other places where you can do that. For instance, if you struggle with credit card debt, you don't really want to bring it up at family functions or just, among your friends. Try to find, for instance, a Facebook group where people struggle with the same thing and they're looking for solutions and they exchange experiences. I think that can be pretty empowering because it, again, removes that sense of shame. There's, that's my failure, because no, a lot of people are struggling with that. Okay. And you can come up with, new solutions to this problem and achieve your financial
We got a minute left. Let me just ask you about weight. This one surprised me. 69% of people are okay talking about weight. Every guy in America knows you cannot ask a lady about her weight. On the other hand, with your guy friends, you could be like, hey, it looks like you packed on a couple of extra LBs. But you're not going to bring up that topic, I guess, across the sexes. Whether or not weight is an issue, did that surprise you guys? We got about 30 seconds left. Go.
I'm not sure, but I think that's one thing you should probably be comfortable talking about, at least with your friends and family. And if you are, that's probably a good sign.
Maybe so. Okay, Anna, always interesting getting a chance to talk to you and the folks at Bankrate. So thanks for the info today. Really great having her on today, that's for sure. Hey, as we say goodbye, one last story to share with you today, and it comes to us courtesy of Arizona State. Spiders on Halloween Day, let's talk about it. A group of scientists say they could be the key to unlocking new medical innovations. Researchers are studying spider silk. They say the material is 5 times stronger than steel, but more flexible, and they think that could lead to some new medical inventions in the coming years. Plus, we got a chance to show you some spider video on Halloween. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Sorry for all those audio issues, but we'll be back on Monday.